Cool. Welcome everyone to the this week's operator SIG meeting for Data and Kubernetes community. It's great to have you here. We've got Marco and Alvaro here today. This recording, guys, so you know this recording will be up on YouTube after this. I'll put it up later today. So you can always watch the recap, and other people who can't attend can catch up as well. We have a thinner agenda today. Not a huge amount on it, but if anyone wants anything is there anything you'd like to talk about, just bring it up. We've got time, we can chat. I thought it would be interesting to start if you're interested, if you're able to, Alvaro, to talk about the operator feature matrix update that you'd been working on. Give an update on that. I know we spoke about it a while ago, but you've been really busy with other events and things. You haven't been around, which is it's life. It'll be great to hear an update on that after all that.
Absolutely. So no, actually there's been several updates going on through the process and lately more asynchronously via Slack. But anyway, the main gist, I'll provide also a quick summary for everybody. The idea behind the operator feature matrix is to provide a vendor neutral space for being able to list all capabilities of a given set of operators for a given technology. It is also supposed to be a project that will host operators for many data on Kubernetes technologies. But we started with Postgres because it's the one that most of the people were familiar with, or the people who were working initially on the project. So basically, as of today, it is, again, a vendor neutral place where we can share and discuss capabilities of operators, in this case for Postgres, but in the future extensible for others. And actually, there's some efforts in these regards. And mostly focused on the features. So we try to achieve two things. One is to provide a set of standardized features. Naming features is not trivial. Some people call differently the same thing, and users get confused. So we're trying to help users understand what are the capabilities provided in a standardized way by a given operator. So you can see an operator listing and say, oh, this operator provides this, doesn't provide that, provides this, etc. And the other goal is to be able to also proceed with informed decisions. And by comparing capabilities in a standardized way across operators, you can also understand what are you more interested in, because different operators provide different capabilities, as obvious, right? And so each user finds the one that suits best their particular needs. So for this, there's been an effort across multiple vendors providing operators in the Kubernetes space for Postgres, and as initial set of features, which contains more than 100, has been proposed. This is all created on a GitHub repository under the DoKC. I'll share the link shortly on the chat, just for everybody to.
I'll drop it in the.
Actually, let me.
I just dropped it in the chat there.
Yeah, so this is a GitHub repository that contains the project of the operator feature matrix. Now, the effort to standardize the features is very close to completion. In my opinion, is ready. I'm just waiting for some final feedback by some vendors. I wanted to include some last details. Marco, now that you're here, there is a pull request also pending. Thank you for the contribution coming from CMPG. There is a couple of comments there that needs to be processed, initially sent by Gabriele. If you can reach out so we can sort this out soon, because my goal here is it looks like there is general agreement that this is the way to go. And with these last minute changes, we can call it 1.0 and publish it as a spec. So once we're able to do this, which my goal is to complete in 1 or 2 weeks from now, then we'll be able to call it 1.0 and publish it as the specification. So what the project has built up to now is a specification that contains the list of features that the matrix contains, and the method for vendors to produce submissions. A submission is for any version of the operator that you want to include into the operator feature matrix. You will fill in a YAML template and describe in this standardized way which capabilities are provided by the operator. It is feature rich. It allows the vendor to include comments, to include links to the documentation, pointing to the specific areas where you kind of prove that you're implementing this given feature, or to put a comment why you're not implementing it, because maybe it's an anti-pattern for your use case, or anything in between, right? It's always the goal is to inform the user appropriately in a standard way. So this will signal the release of the 1.0 of the specification, and it will be a big milestone, in my opinion, for the operator feature matrix project. And right now, this is, again, just waiting for final feedback and making a, a choral decision that we are good with this is what we want, and we're ready. Now, I've also been working with some other help on the stage 2 or milestone 2 of the operator feature matrix, which is kind of to give this a face. As of now, the specification is a YAML file. The vendor submission template is a YAML file. It is something you can see on the GitHub repository, but maybe it's not 100% ready for direct final user consumption. There is actually some colleague contributed a couple of scripts that turn these YAML files into Markdown files. So this operator feature matrix is also rendered as a table on GitHub as a Markdown file. But still, this is just for convenience. This is not the end game. So the next step, and it's something I've been talking to Melissa and DoKC web team, is to create a web page where we can see the features in the feature matrix, where the vendors' submissions will be displayed, and where you'll be able to see the features provided by a given operator at a given version, and also if you want to compare across them. And we produced some wireframe designs, and they were sent to the web team. And we are essentially waiting on feedback from the web team on how to implement this. There is a little bit of work ahead. I understand this might not be trivial, or maybe because of the domain knowledge is a little bit complex. It might require a little back and forth, but I'm happy to provide any feedback. Right now, I submitted to the web team this wireframe designs. I'm happy to share them elsewhere if you want to. They're very initial, just initial ideas, very open for comments or questions. And we're waiting for the design to be produced kind of in web form, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, whatever is going to be required there, and how you want to handle it. So I'm kind of a little bit waiting on feedback on both sides. One, to close the specification set for the milestone 1, and then on the web design for milestone 2.
Cool. That sounds like some awesome work. And it sounds like you've been really busy, which is great. That's fantastic. Thanks so much for your work on that. I think that the idea of a web page for people to be able to explore features and explore the whole matrix and everything would be fantastic. I really, really like that. Yeah, you said Marco had contributed to it, eh?
And not me. It was Gabriele, and unfortunately, Gabriele had a problem, so he cannot join today. He told me to tell he is working on an update, what he submitted, and he will do in the next few days. We are also a lot busy, so because we are going to release a new version of our operator, I think, in 2 days. So we are wrapping it up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
No problem. Like we have received contributions from this, and I really appreciate all the effort put by all the vendors so far. So yeah, if in a couple of days, once the release is done, after the release party or whatever happens, you can ask Gabriela to get back to this. They will be highly appreciated. So because I think with those couple of outstanding points, we can really call it 1.0. That doesn't mean the specification will not evolve. It's open to evolve in the future. I believe users are requesting more and more features out of operators, and we need to accommodate those users. Even if at some point we add a feature that is gonna like every operator is gonna say we don't implement this. In my opinion, this feature set actually is kind of a guide. This is what users are asking for, right? And this could guide the roadmap planning for the operators and decide which features are more interesting, because this is what users are requesting. So I think it's a good thing. It's not meant to be, I mean, this is going to be 1.0. Maybe we'll give it a couple of years until 2.0 or something like this. I don't know. I have no idea. This is, again, a group decision, but we can start thinking of the next phase. But definitely, next steps are the website. So users can easily consume this information. Otherwise, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's great. Yeah, because I mean, the GitHub repo is fantastic, but having a website for people to explore it and users to just get familiar with it is excellent. So yeah, I love that idea. What do you think the timeline on that is?
I don't know exactly because I'm not too much into web design myself. That's definitely out of my area of expertise as of today. I mean, maybe 20 years ago, but not anymore. And so I believe this is on top of the DoKC web group right now. So I cannot comment on that, but I'm just waiting on feedback in order to provide help or guidance as needed. I'll forward you anyway the last email sent in regards to this, including wireframe, so you can maybe take it from there.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. Great work. Thanks so much. I think that's a really cool project, and I'm excited to see that next step for it. Awesome. Thanks for the update. Yeah, it's great to hear. Cool. Another project that's been going on, Robert Hodges has been working on it, but he couldn't make it today. There's a database operator security and hardening guide. There's a Google Doc that's open for feedback from anyone in this group or anyone else, but this group in particular. I've put the link in the Zoom chat here. So if you've got some time, have a look at that. It's yeah, some really interesting stuff in there. I mean, you have a look, you can see what I mean. And if you've got any feedback, you can comment directly on the doc. Everyone should have access to, yeah, anyone here can see that has access to put comments on there. So have a look at that. And yeah, feedback would be great. You can ping Robert Hodges in Slack if you want to chat about it. He's just not online today. He just couldn't make it to this meeting. He's normally here though. Cool. Have either of you guys had a look at that yet? That doc? Because I know he's posted in Slack before. I was wondering if you'd seen it yet.
All right. I think we already started reading this document, but unfortunately we didn't have time to comment much. But yeah,
of course. No, these things always take a lot of time. I get that. Yeah,
I've gone through it a little bit, also not as in detail I would like to, and I really like it. I think it's a very valuable resource. I think it contains a good compilation of mostly our well-known best practices. Is not nothing extraordinary. What it makes it extraordinary is that it's such a good compilation of those best practices compiled in one place, and it's easy to follow, easy to read, easy to look into. I think it's a fantastic effort. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, great. So yeah, if you got some time to go comment on there, please do. Additional comments or thoughts or ping Robert or anything like that. If you want to discuss stuff about these things, you can always use a SIG operator channel in Slack and to discuss all the stuff. That's always open for anything like that. Cool. Something else that I just added to the agenda just before this meeting. I saw there was a question in Slack in the SIG operator channel from someone. If either of you are feeling up to answering them, that'd be great. If you look in the SIG operator channel in the DoK Slack, you'll see it there, just just the bottom of the channel there. If you feel like answering, please do. That'd be great to help out there. And then some reminders about some upcoming events, which are very exciting. KubeCon is coming up in November, in just under a month, actually, very, very soon. And there's a DoK Day on November 6th. This is in Chicago. So there's a link to DoK Day. You can see more about it. You can see a schedule on there. You can register. That is currently open, which is very exciting. And also on the 9th, as part of KubeCon, we have a DoK panel, and there's a link to that. It's part of the event, or it's in the same, in the same place on November 9th. So that's some exciting stuff that's happening there. So if you're able to go and you can register, please do. That would be awesome. And then Southern California Linux Expo, Scale. I don't know if you've heard of that before. That's happening in March. I think it's March. Yeah, March 2024. But the call for papers is currently open till November 1st. And for this edition of the event, they've got a DoK track. We've been working with them, and I'm on the panel there for organizing. And the CFP is currently open. So it would be great to get some folks, I mean, from this group especially, because we've got
a lot of experts here, you guys and everyone else who joins us these calls. If you'd like to get involved there, there's a link to the CFP. It's open till the 1st of November, so just till the start of next month. Yeah, that's a very exciting event. We're very excited to be partnering with them and having a DoK track there this time. It's going to be great. And that is, yeah, that's all from my side. Is there anything else you guys would like to chat about while we're here? Any other topics? Anything else you've been working on that's relevant? Anything from your side?
Not from my side. Not yet, at least. I'll definitely consider a submission for Scale. I'm not going to be able to make it to KubeCon this year, but I will definitely consider for Scale.
Awesome. Yeah, please do. It'll be awesome to have you speak there. It's only in March next year, so I know it's like it feels next year just feels really far away. But
it's not that much.
Now. Yeah. Cool.
We will have Gabriele at KubeCon, so
yes,
there will be people from us, also Leonardo, that is one of the main developer of the all operator, but now of the feature that will be out in 2 days. That is the native volume snapshot support for backups. So that would, if you want to try it and experiment with it, it is still not fully complete, but it will be useful because as far as I know, it is the first time that someone used the native Kubernetes snapshot for backups. So
it's very cool.
That's cool. Yeah. Nice. Awesome. Cool. Well, that's everything for today then. Like I said, with a bit of a thinner agenda. We will be meeting again in 2 weeks' time, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific on Tuesday. In 2 weeks, what's the actual date for that? That'll be the 24th. And the meeting will take place in Slack, in the Slack channel. So we alternate between Zoom and Slack. So it'll be a text-based meeting next time. And then the 2 weeks after that will be on Zoom again. So yeah, thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate it. Like I said, this recording will be up on YouTube, so you can catch up after this, and I'll share it in the operator SIG channel once it's up. Thanks, everyone.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.